I'll go ahead and type in and tell people.
Okay, there. Hello, everyone. I think we're live. So I'm just going to type it in to let you know in the chat.
Yeah, I just typed in refresh if you don't see us. So hopefully we should get some people coming up soon. I know it's a little bit of a delay. So if anybody sees us or hears us, definitely let us know in the chat box so that we know that we're ready to get started and get rolling. We'll wait to hear from you guys for sure.
Yes, yes, yes.
I always get worried until I see a response.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always, I know it's always like a 30-second delay or so, and I'm always just like, all right, come on, guys.
I know.
Okay, so let us know. Yep, all right, awesome. I see someone saying, yep, we see you now, so we are good.
Awesome. Hi, you guys. How is everyone? What's today? Sunday.
Great. Yep. Hi, ladies. You're live. Awesome. Well, I'll just introduce myself real quick. My name is Summer Tannhauser, and you can find me at Lady Boss League. And I'm here with Caressa today. Super excited. What I do at Lady Boss League is I do Pinterest strategy for online business owners, small business owners, bloggers, online entrepreneurs. Basically, if you're selling a product or service, I help you use Pinterest to market it. So I'm helping you build your email list. I'm helping you bring in clients, get warm leads into your business from Pinterest. So I'm super excited to be talking with Caressa today because we're really looking at blog strategy plus implementing it in with social media, and Pinterest is a big part of that. So this is going to be a great workshop for you guys.
It is. And just for the ones that don't know who I am either, I'm Caressa, and I'm over at CaressaLene.com and now will soon to be sparktolunch.co as well. And I teach new and inspiring business owners on how to build their business and create simple strategy paths towards hitting their big goals. So yeah, I'm super excited to be teamed up with Summer. She is definitely my Pinterest guru, if you ask me, and her strategies for Pinterest and combined with our profit funnel that we have created, it's going to be amazing. I'm so excited about this. I'm sure you're gonna love this. You're gonna love us if you don't love us already.
Yes, this is gonna be great. Well, I'm super excited. Well, whenever you're ready, Chris, I think you've got the screen share, so we'll get going.
All right, perfect. Let me go ahead and start presenting. Okay, let's do the screen share. Okay, let me know if this is correct. Can you see it?
Let me check. I see me. I did.
Okay.
Presenting the Hangout. You need to present your slides, I believe.
Yes. Let me go back. Screen share. All right. Can you see it now?
Yes. Just go back up to the first slide, and you should be good.
Perfect. Okay.
There you go. Yep, you're good.
Awesome. I don't know why that's like that. All right. So hello again, everyone. Welcome to, of course, today's class. It's all about monetizing your blog with 7 tested steps to a non-icky profit formula. All right, Summer, you want to go ahead and share some brief information about your story?
Yeah, absolutely. So just a quick background on me. I know some of you guys have been to my workshops before and know me, but in case you don't, I think you stopped screen sharing, Caressa. You might want to go back to that. There you go. In case you don't know my story, I've been an entrepreneur since 2009. I run a local pet sitting and dog walking company since then. I started it when I was teaching, so it's kind of a side business that grew into my full-time job. In 2012, I had my daughter, welcomed my first child into the world. And basically at that point, I put my local business on autopilot. I hired employees and I got an office manager. And so that business still runs in the background. And it has allowed me now to have the freedom to explore the online business world and where my passions really lie. So in 2013, my daughter was 1 year old, and I decided that I was ready to kind of get started online. I opened a online travel consultancy company. And at that point, basically, I had 0 leads, 0 clients. And, I was really trying to figure out, how am I going to make this work? Coming from a space where I didn't have leads and I wasn't sure, how I was going to market this idea. So if you go to the next slide, yeah, there. So I decided to invest in Pinterest, which, investing in Pinterest is just investing your time. And so I really dove in and developed a strategy that I tested and tweaked and really got it down to a science of what worked for me to use Pinterest with my blog. So once I had that in place, I was starting to get daily request forms from clients wanting to work with me. I was getting 10 to 20 email signups basically on autopilot each day as a direct result from my Pinterest pins. Over 75% of my clients came directly from Pinterest. And I wasn't having to worry about hustling for leads and clients in other places and in other social media platforms because Pinterest was working so well for me. So now I take that success I had and I implement it in other business owners' businesses and teach them how to achieve success with Pinterest.
Awesome. Go over. All right, you guys. So, of course, I'm Caressa again, and that's my little guy in the pictures. And I used to own a organic smoothie and juice bar, and I ran that for over a year, and it was fabulous. We had amazing customers and awesome location and all that good stuff. And then, of course, it got to a point to where I decided I had to close the doors on it, and it was the most brave but extremely hard thing I pretty much ever had to do, I think, up until this point. And that's where I really learned a lot about business. Of course, running your own business, you're going to learn a lot about it. And I gained so much experience from it, met so many people, and really after closing my doors on that juice bar, I had to really dig deep and figure out, what was going on with it. Like, why did I have to close? Why did I feel like I had to close it? And I dug deep, wrote down all kinds of things to just really figure out my next step, my next plan. And so I realized that with all this knowledge that I've gained, all this expertise that I have, I can now teach other people the same things. And I developed a passion for helping other people and helping new and aspiring business owners to build their own business. And so that's kind of what led me to this point. And I started last year into doing this whole new phase of teaching people. I've always been a lover of teaching, but I thought that I was going to be a math teacher, to be honest. But, now that things change and I start this business, I'm like, oh, I can teach something that I'm super, super passionate about, that I can tell all the mistakes and all the failures and all the things that I've done wrong to make sure that the next person does not have to do those same, go down the same path. And so that is what has led me here. And so besides, of course, being a lover of all things entrepreneurship, I do also adore being home with my little guy at the same time, which if I have any moms in the room, I'm pretty sure that you can attest to the joys of the little guy or the little woman with you while you're building your business. On top of that, I love all things organic and healthy, nutritious. I really have a passion for that as well. So you're going to get a little bit of all that in, not today, but if you work with me. All right, so if you have joined the class today, then pretty much this is real simple to the point. You're interested in monetizing your blog or making money, Pinterest, profit funnels, and building your healthy relationships. All right, if you have not already, we would really appreciate it if you take a moment to share this on Twitter and go ahead and get those last minute peeps in here if there are any left. All right, you guys, and don't forget to ask any questions in the chat. We will answer every question at the very end of today's class. That way you can keep them all together and kind of get through the content really quickly. All right, so real quickly, you guys, if you have a blog or website, I want you to type yes. We want to be sure that we're targeting the right people, and you're here for a reason. So we want to be sure that you have that blog or website, or at least starting a blog or website soon. And I also want to know if you use Pinterest. If you have a blog website, do you use Pinterest at all? And not just scrolling through Pinterest late at night to, suck up time, but actually using it for your blog or for your business.
Yeah, because you can definitely use it to suck up time.
Yeah,
we don't want to do that today.
All right, Summer, are you ready to go ahead?
Yeah, absolutely. If you'll stop screen sharing, I'll go ahead and share my slides whenever you are ready, and we will dive right in.
Yes, we have some yeses in the room.
Awesome. All right, so lots of people that have a blog and use Pinterest. I see I haven't used it for my biz yet. All right, no problem. All right, so you guys should see my slides now. We hope.
You're good to go.
All right, awesome. So we are going to walk through the 7 steps of using a profit funnel it can be Pinterest, but it can really be any social media, and making it a profit funnel that leads from your social media to your blog. And then we're hoping that eventually that makes it either to a sale with that client, because that's what we're looking at to make this a profitable profit funnel. So step 1 in your profit funnel is social media. Now, let's go ahead and go down to see exactly what this looks like. So step 1, social media, your goal is to get the click. So I've given some examples here from Pinterest where my goal is to get the click from the Pinterest pin back to my website, but this can be for any social media, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you're at, Facebook, you're getting the click back to your website because your website is where you're actually either getting that person to opt into your email list or getting the actual sale. So we really want to get them from social media to your website. Some ways that you're going to do that on social media. So on Pinterest, obviously it's very image based. So some things that you can look at to do to make sure you're getting that click. You want to make sure you've got a compelling headline. So you've got something that tells exactly what they're going to find when they click through and go back to your blog. So now don't lie to them. If you don't have an article that is, absolutely spot on and covers this topic, don't tell them that on the pin. But if you've got a really quality article, you need to really take your time and make sure you've got a quality headline that really gets them to click through. 2 examples here, the top 10 tools essential for creative entrepreneurs, or 29 tips and tricks from my first webinar. So those are 2 things that are really going to pull their attention. Another thing you can do is to make sure you highlight the freebie. So do you have a checklist or a downloadable PDF or a free video or something that you can offer them to kind of upgrade their experience when they come to your blog? Go ahead and highlight that on your actual pin or your social media image. So I've got on my one with social media schedule printable, so they know they're getting something when they go there. Go ahead and include a call to action. So tell them, click through to get this, download this, check this out. Whatever you can do to give them those action words and tell them exactly what to do, that is all the better. On Pinterest, keywords are a big thing, and it can be helpful on other platforms as well. So if you're talking about, in the one there, I'm talking about a webinar, I'm going to make sure I'm using different keywords related to that, and making sure that makes it very easy to come up in the search for them when they're looking for that. And then, of course, on Pinterest, you want to make sure you've got your rich pins working, and what that does is it gives you that little piece of branding right under the image where it gives my logo and it says from the Lady Boss League, and it gives the full title of my blog article. So those are just kind of 5 different things that you can do to get started on Pinterest to really encourage people to leave their Pinterest pinning spree and actually make it back to your website. So now you may be on Pinterest and you notice that there's a lot of people that have branded image templates. And this is a great way to get people to start noticing you over and over and over again. And when they start to notice your pins coming up every time they get on Pinterest, they trust you more, they get used to you being there, and they start thinking, this person really knows their stuff. I need to go check out their website. So here's an example of the Penny Hoarder. That's a personal finance blog, and they have, notice, a branded template there, and I can identify those all work together. The other one, a food coach, and I can tell they've got their logo, they've got similar colors, they've got similar text, and I know that those all fit together for the same business. So if you don't have a template yet, that's a great way to get started to gain attention. And then just a quick look, if you're not on Pinterest, you can also do this with other platforms as well. I've given some examples here from Instagram and from Twitter. So on Instagram, you can do it one of two ways. You can be very intentional and go ahead and put actual text on the image. And you can see that in the first example there, and that's a way to get the click through. Or on Instagram, you can be a little more subtle about it. You've got this beautiful image that shows, relates to what you're promoting or what you're selling, but then you're gonna put your call to action more in the text underneath. So you can see from this one here, they tell you order now, and they give you the link if you want to order these beautiful pocket guides that they're presenting in the picture. So kind of you can do it the more intentional way or a little bit more low key. Same thing with Twitter. You can use an image that's, you know, very click here to get this, very intentional. This is solely focused on getting the opt-in. Or you can be a little more using a picture that, you know, is user-friendly, and somebody looks at it and it's like, ooh, I want to know more about that. And you can then click through and still get information and go to that company's website. So you've got two different ways to do it there as well, kind of more of the hard sell versus a little bit of softer providing info. So those are all great ways to get the click back from social media. So that's step one, social media, really making sure you're optimizing your images to get the click. So I'm going to go ahead and go on to step two. So you've got your social media down. Step two in the profit funnel is the blog post. So your social media pin or whatever it is you've got has now led back to your blog post. The key here is we want to remember our ideal client. If you're just getting started in blogging for your business, or even if you've been blogging for a while, and you know, sometimes you have hard time thinking about, you know, what should I be blogging about? How am I gonna think of topics? You know, maybe you provide a product. What am I gonna blog about? So what I always suggest is think about your business and answer a question that your potential client would have about your product or service. So I'm thinking, what are those emails that I keep getting over and over again that people ask me about my business? What do they want to know? What do my clients want to know? Or provides valuable info related to your. So these are some examples here. The first one, how to color like a boss. Maybe you're selling an adult coloring book. This would be a great topic for a blog post. You're giving tips for coloring, shading. How can you make your adult coloring book look more beautiful? Perfect if you're trying to sell adult coloring books. Maybe you're a travel blogger. How to become a house sitter and travel for free in 3 easy steps. Okay, if I'm into travel and I read travel blogs, that's definitely going to draw me into your website. Here's somebody that is a professional organizer and teaching other people to be professional organizers. She's offering 3 or 4 free training videos about how to do that. So notice these are all things that their ideal clients would want to know. So that's what you want your blogging to really be based about. Think about your clients. Now, so you've got that blog post, and we want to make sure we've got a purpose for the blog post. And the key thing is you want to make sure you've got only one purpose. Okay, so you can choose one of 3 things when you're thinking about your blog post. You can use your blog post to promote your email list. You can use your blog post to promote your product or your service. Or you can use your blog post to promote a work with me forum or a contact me forum, you know, expressing their interest in working with you. Now, the key thing is you don't want your blog post to promote all of those. You want to pick one. And so you want to get real intentional about what are you trying to get this person to do after they've read your blog post? What's the next step or the next piece of action you want them to take? So on this next slide here, I've got this example so that you can kind of see it in live and what this would look like. So if you're promoting email list and that's the main purpose of your blog post, you can see the blog post up there in the upper left-hand corner, and they're saying grab the free kitchen tool checklist. Okay, so she's promoting a opt-in. She wants you to read through this blog post and then opt in to get her checklist, and that gets her on the reader onto her email list. You can also use a blog post to directly promote a product purchase or a service purchase. In the upper right-hand corner there, you've got a book that is being promoted. This person has written all about this book in this blog post. And then at the end of the blog post, they've actually got a spot where you can purchase that book. So you've read all the way through, you're interested, and go ahead and go for that purchase. Or you can promote a work with me form. On the bottom there, it says, we'd love to help you plan your ideal honeymoon. Fill out our trip design request form to get started. Start planning now. Okay, so you click there, you fill out your form, and you're getting on the email list, but you're also kind of taking it a step further, saying, yes, we want to be contacted to work with you. So that's what those 3 different things you might do to a blog post. But remember, you can only pick one. So if you're not sure what your blog post should promote, my suggestion, focus on your email list. And this keeps this funnel going too. We're talking about a profit funnel. We want to focus on building the email list, because then you can continue to grow your know, like, and trust factor. A lot of people, if they just find your website for the first time, you yet, they're not going to buy, but they'll get on your email list, they'll keep hearing from you, they'll keep getting great value from you, and then maybe down the road they're ready to buy. Okay, so one more step that I want to cover with you guys, and then we'll pass it over to Caressa to tell us a little bit more, but let's look at profit funnel step 3, which is optimizing for the opt-in. So what I mean by this is you're at your blog post, the person's read all the way through, you've got your purpose, you're trying to either get them to opt in for the email list, for the signing up to buy your service or product, or fill out your work with me form. So I've got some 4 different ways that you can optimize to get that opt-in. So the first way you can do is you can include clickable buttons within the blog post. I suggest including 2 to 3 clickable buttons, and you can think about putting them maybe in the top, the middle, and the bottom of the blog post, or whatever feels comfortable for you based on how long it is. But I avoid text-only links. So, think about when you're on a blog, reading a blog post, those text links don't really stand out to you. It's the buttons that really stand out and get those clicks. So I try to use buttons whenever I'm really trying to get a click through to something. Another great way is to actually include images of what they will receive when they opt in. So that could be of your product, that could be of the freebie that you're offering, that could be whatever you're telling them they're going to get when they click that button and opt in. So it really helps to show it visually. And this image I'm showing here, this is just for an email course, a free email course. So I've actually just shown pictures of the emails and what they're going to look like, but it just makes it that much more real and tangible if I show it versus telling. So think about including images. 2 more ways you can think about to optimize for the opt-in. You can include a sign-up box at the bottom of the post. So they've read all the way through the post, and then they've got this sign-up box at the bottom. It says, P.S. Have you signed up for my free email course yet? Tells a little bit about it. Plug in your name and email address, and you're doing the opt-in directly right there. Or as a final way, I'm on Squarespace for my website, and I'm pretty sure Caressa is as well. And something you can do with Squarespace, and I'm sure you can do this with WordPress as well, but you can include an announcement bar. And this is a bar that goes all the way up at the top of your website. It's very easy to change out as new things come up. And this is another way to highlight an opt-in, so then anybody who lands on any page of your website can see this thing that you're offering, and they can go ahead and click on that announcement bar to sign up. So it's a great way to get that traffic no matter what page they land on. So remember, for optimizing, we've got our buttons, we've got our images, we've got a sign up box, we've got an announcement bar. You don't have to use all of those, but pick 1 or 2 and implement that into your blog post to really encourage those opt-ins. So that's our first step. So step 1, we've got social media. Step 2, the blog post. Step 3, optimizing for the opt-in. Now, I'm going to stop screen sharing here and let Caressa continue on. But as we're switching over, I would love for you to tell us in the chat, what is one thing that you can do to improve the opt-ins on your blog post? So, we just talked about a bunch of things there. What is one thing that you can do today? You can go implement it right when we're done to improve the opt-in rate that you get in your blog posts. All right. So while they're typing that in, Caressa, I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm going to let you jump back in. I believe I just stopped sharing, so feel free. Oh, I think you're on mute. There you go. Yes. Okay.
All right, you're all good. I'm going to go ahead and start sharing.
I was like, oh, wait a second, you are muted.
I'm talking and no one sees anything.
Well, I will check the chat box here as you get that set up.
Okay, cool. I think I'm all set now.
Great. As you're getting that set up, Caressa, I've got people saying that they need to get better images to get the opt-in. I've got somebody who says they use Sumo mats. Great. Yeah, Sumo Me is a great way to to get opt-ins as well. They've got several different options there to help out. So definitely got some people here with some ideas now, I think.
Awesome. All right, so let's get
clickable buttons for the blog as well, somebody said. So that's definitely another good idea.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I have to remember to do those same things. So
yes.
Okay, I am screen sharing, right? Can you see it?
Yes, I see it. You go.
Okay, perfect. All right, so we're in step 4 of the profit funnels. All right, and so at this stage, you may or may not know what your audience really wants. Okay, and that's totally fine. It's okay. An easy way to test and convert is with the freebie or content upgrade. Okay, so depending on how you want to, make it happen, many times people use content upgrade as an upgrade in the post, like in a blog post, an upgrade from something that they get for free. And then a freebie can be, of course, whatever you want to deliver that's free for them. And so these serve 2 purposes. One, it can encourage the visitor to take action on what you presented in your content. Okay, and pretty much you just they do what you told them to do in your blog post or your video or whatever you delivered your content. And it builds an engaged and targeted audience who potentially would turn into your ideal client. And of course, that's our main thing. We really want these people that we are trying to attract to be our ideal clients eventually. And of course, some of them may not, but if we can build and engage in a target audience, then of course we can eventually potentially lead them to where they need to be. All right, so simple actions you can take to deliver your freebie is to be sure to capture with the headline of your blog and your freebie. So Summer talked about some awesome ideas as far as what the freebie can look like, but I want to show you specifically these buttons and these headlines and these images to give you an idea of how you can capture them. So at the top left is a blog post title that is actually a guest blog on my site, and I have some keywords in there, right? So successful, launch, professional, freelance, those things attract people that will be attracted to those type of words. And then as you read down, you'll see that big image that says, hey, the freelance work, but grab it if you need it, right? So that stops them in their track to be able to capture to get your freebie. On the right side, you'll see some buttons on there, and these buttons are all different, but they have a certain thing that's the same about them, and that is that they are attractive in the sense of they're actionable. Okay, so you see sneak peek, you see yes, you see get your free Pinterest checklist, you see get notified. These are actionable things that you're telling them to do immediately when they get to this button. One little nugget to remember is that when you're creating your copy or whatnot for whatever they have to opt into, you want to kind of read it to yourself or read it out loud, and then think about how you're feeling or what your emotion or what your thought is after you said it or after you read it. And if your thought is yes or give me that or I want it, put that that's a good way to put inside of your button, because a lot of times if they're just like submit or get this or something like that that's not really like very right now, then they might skip over it. I mean, they may or may not, but they might, right? So to make them really glamorous, you want to make sure that, of course, it stands out as different colors, maybe a different font, but also to give them some action with that button, to make sure that it says get this, yes, I want it, get notified, sneak peek, something that's going to intrigue their interest. Okay. All right, and so this you might have saw if you signed up for today's class, but this is like a really simple one, you guys. It highlights some bold text in there that pretty much is gauging their eyes towards it. So 3 reasons: must-haves, Pinterest, never-ending traffic. Those are things that you're going to immediately see. And then it engages, of course, from the headline. It says, "Ready to create your non-Icky profit formula?" This immediately gets them thinking, okay, what is this they're talking about? You know, maybe I am ready, you know? And then of course you have that button in there that's a different color. It's not the same coral color that you see, but it's a different color, and it says, yes, count me in. They want to get in this. They probably have said that as they were reading the bullets for today's class, okay? All right, so another tip is to make it stand out and place it in the most attractive areas, on your blog or your website, okay? Summer talked about this as well, but announcement bar, like I have on here on my website, an announcement bar right at the top, and Squarespace has this as she mentioned, and then of course you can do something like hello bar if you have WordPress, and you can make it very simple, to the point, very actionable again, and it stands out. Another option is a header or above the fold type of attention grabbing graphic. This is an example that's on my website. This is an example that's actually on one of my clients' websites, and he's a golfer, and it's really captivating, right? He has an image, he has that bold red text that you see, he has those little check marks that kind of breaks up the text, and then he has where you can immediately put your email address in there with a watch instantly button. Okay, so all those little points make a big difference in how you can capture your audience. And there are other ways too, is that you can also do some not so annoying pop-ups. So I definitely maybe do a pop-up that only one pop-up per viewer or per time they get on your website, but it's going to lead them, or it's going to show them exactly what you want them to get out of coming to your website. Also your sidebar, if you have a sidebar on your website. A footer is another place that you can do the same thing in. So don't get limited on just like your main homepage. You can do this throughout your site, throughout the different pages that you have. Just keep it to one goal. Keep it to one main focus. It's really easier that way. And of course, you have within the blog post, like Summer has within her blog post, she has a big button there that's very bold, and then also this graphic that has an image of herself, plus the different colors and the different font variations as far as size goes, and it really is attractive. Like you see that and you're like, oh, let me kind of read a little bit more, and that's kind of what you want your audience to do with your website. Okay, and another tip is also to focus on the pain points and benefits. And I know when I first got started in this, and I was like, pain points, like what is a pain point, right? And so I want to give you an example. So one pain point that someone may have if they're getting married, majority of them probably will be a female, but it's to maintain their weight for their wedding day. They don't want to lose weight. They don't want to gain weight. They want to keep where they're at because it's perfect for their dress, for their fitting, right? So a solution to that would be a 7-day challenge on how to eat what you want while managing your weight for your big day. And you see here that the text is exactly the same as their pain point. You actually are repeating what they've already said, and that's a really big deal that I think a lot of people kind of skim over or forget, is that if you repeat exactly what you've been told, exactly what they are asking from you, then 9 times out of 10 they're going to be engaged by it. They're going to want to see exactly what this challenge is all about. And it's really easy for you. It makes your job easier as you are trying to deliver on what they want, right? So that's a great option, to just listen to what they have to say and then repeat it back in a tangible solution, okay? All right, so step 5 of the profit funnel is how will you deliver on your good, okay? So how will you deliver your freebie? How will you deliver what you're trying to bring them to as you're getting further and further into your profit funnel? All right, so list of freebies. So I have I don't even know how many number of freebies, but I'm sure there's plenty more, but these are some freebies that you can definitely use pretty much as soon as possible if you are wanting to kind of get that next level up. So you have training videos, recipe cards, planner, or even a sneak peek into your planner, maybe like the first few pages of it, right? Or the first month or whatever it is. Even if you have a live course or a paid course, you can give them the first lesson of the course for free, right? You can do resources lists, your best of the best top tools that you use for your list. There's so many, you guys. These are a good comprehensive list of some freebies you can use and work it with what you already have as well. So I'm all about repurposing content. So you can take a course that you already have, a workshop that you've already done, and package that up really nicely, repurpose it a little bit, maybe add a different headline or whatever, and deliver it in a different type of form, okay? So keep in mind the most desirable way your audience will retain the information, okay? So for instance, if you have something that's a little bit more step-by-step or a how-to, then you might want to opt in for maybe a video that shows them exactly what they have to do, maybe a screen share or screenshots within a blog post that has like animated characters in there to show you exactly what they need to do. So for instance, if they have to click on a button, you want to show that they need to click on that button. If they have to you know, enlarge something or minimize something, you want to show that within the video, within the animated images. So think about how it's best retained for your audience and what's the easiest way to kind of retain that information. So step 6 of the profit funnel is how can you build a relationship? Okay, so now that we've gotten them all through all this, all 5 steps already, we want to see now how can we keep them? How can we, if they already engaged this far along, then we need to make sure they're going to stay here. They're going to be our lifetime raving fans, friends, whomever you want to call them. All right, so list of ways to build. I forgot clearly a word on there, but list of ways to build it is through webinars like we're doing today, Periscopes, Facebook groups, forums, social media. Of course, you can easily say, hey, come make sure you follow me on Twitter. I'm very active on there. We can talk more, right? Anchor.fm is a brand new app that actually came out, and I've been loving it, you guys. Like, it's really addicting. It's like a it's advertised as a podcast for the people, and so you literally go on there and hook it up to your Facebook account, and you create your intro audio, and people start engaging with you. You can easily reply back to other people's audio questions or whatever. It's really a laid back, easy way to reach people of different kinds, all kinds. So I like it a lot. Definitely check it out if you have Apple, an iPhone, because they do not have it on Android yet. But other ways is Slack, and then of course emails. Okay. So one of the most intimate ways to reach your audience immediately is through email. That's definitely what we're going to talk about in this next series. Okay, so I have some really good stuff. This is where you want to make sure that your pens are ready and full of ink. All right. So, excuse me, y'all. It's a motorcycle passing by if you hear that. But how do you build a relationship via email? So this is like an introductory email sequence, okay? This is something that I worked on myself, and it keeps them kind of there, keeps them engaged, keeps them kind of working, and it allows you to not have to actually write an email every time someone gets on your email list, okay? So number 1, you the first email is a welcome or freebie email. So you want to say, hey, thank you so much for tuning in, or to opting in. I really appreciate it. I'm Caressa. You want to maybe a brief introduction of who you are, not so much the elevated pitch, but more so kind of laid back, but inviting them in again, reminding them of why they're here, and then deliver the freebie that they got when they opted in. And then the second email can be expectation email. What can they expect from you? How many emails are they going to receive from you on a regular basis? What will they kind of cover? This kind of gives them an idea, okay, is this something that I really want to see in my inbox on a regular basis, okay? And the third email is an engaging email. Ask them a question. See what they want to know from you. They opted in and they stayed this long for a reason. So see exactly, ask them a question, get engaged, and see exactly why are they here? What do they need from you to deliver to them? The fourth one is a little more freebies, okay? So you want to say, hey, I listened to you, I heard what you said, and maybe this will help you, okay? So maybe that resource list that you have, maybe that intro to that paid course that you don't pitch them, but you're just giving them that first lesson, okay? And then, of course, in your next email is invitation. So, hey, I'm on social media. You want to come join my Facebook group? I really am active all the time on Twitter. So I really think that you should come in and follow me there, and we can chat some more about whatever. Okay, so give them an invitation to come chat with you, come see what you're all about in a more social setting. And then the last one is a small pitch. I like to think of this as like a tripwire pitch, if you've heard the term tripwire. And that's really where you have a small priced item that you say, hey, I gave you all this information about all of this stuff, and I think this may interest you. It's only $7. And you can talk about, what's included, what's it all about, how you can how they can benefit from it, and really just kind of deliver. You're pretty much saying, hey, I delivered already on this good stuff. Now you can get something to take it to the next level. Okay. All right. And so you guys, I'm going to present this a little bit bigger because I really want you to see this, because the text is a little smaller. Let's present it. All right. So this is a sales sequence that I've gotten like maybe 10 people, and I said, okay, let's see how they kind of sell people in their emails. Okay, let's see how they kind of capture our attention through these emails. And this is kind of what I came up with. Okay, and you can definitely condense it, you can definitely change it up however you want to change it up, but this is the simplest way to make this happen. So email number 1 is educate your audience. Why should they care about your course? It doesn't have to be a course, it can be anything. Why should they care about what you're wanting to sell them? But you're not selling them here. Okay. So email 2, give your audience something interactive. Explain to them what held you back, what it's holding, why you don't want it to hold them back, and tell them to hit reply and engage conversations with you. Tell them to say, hey, what do you need from me that's related to your course, mate? So don't say, hey, I have a course, or hey, I have a workshop, but ask them a question that's related to that workshop or to that course. Email 3 is to talk to your audience about the failures or the mistakes that you've made or whatever, so that they know they can't make the same mistakes again, because you've done it already for them. You've already made those mistakes. You've already, fell on your head a couple times. Now you want to make sure that they don't do the same thing. Okay, and this is where you kind of say, hey, I have a little something. You can do a PS. You can do a small mention, but it's a soft pitch in this email number 3. So email 4 is to link to a post or a video that is pure value that's related to your course. So ideally, if you're doing sales sequences, you're going to have something that you can relate back to. So a blog post, it can be maybe a video that you have, something you can link back to that can talk more in depth. And I realize email 5 is like hitting over to the right. So I hope you see that. So email 5, we're going to discuss 3 to 5 mistakes, myths, that people make that's related to your course or to your workshop or to whatever it is you're giving them that's paid. Okay. And then, of course, let them know, hey, if you get this, if you're into what this course is about, then you're not going to make this mistake again, because you're going to have it all there. You're gonna know exactly what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. Okay. And then email 6 is to link to a post. Again, this way they're still getting more value. They're still seeing how much information you're giving them, and they can relate it back to that course and say, oh yeah, she did mention that course in the last email. This blog post now is giving me more detail. So email 7 is to give even more value, and then you're going to do a strong pitch. So you maybe tell a full story. Okay, you may do a case study, and then at the end you're going to say, hey, you need this, get it now, because it's opening now. I'm in pre-lunch mode now. You're getting it for a super great value. You want this right now. And then email 8 is to wrap it up. Okay, so another pitch. Summarize what you've taught them in the previous emails, maybe even link back to something, those blog posts you've had, share your story again, or share a different story again that's related to what you want them to know, and then, hey, put it all up and you send that boy out. So all in all, this is an 8 pitch sequence, but you can definitely, like I said, minimize it to whatever fits your needs, and just, hey, use this to your advantage. Okay. So you guys talked about a lot. I hope that was very rewarding for you. Okay, so this works great if your welcome series did not convert. So if your series we talked about in a couple slides ago did not convert them immediately to the tripwire, then you can definitely do something like this that can give them a lot more value, because that welcome series emails are very kind of short to the point and sweet, right? But these are a lot. These are more lengthy and more detailed and more involved and more engaging. Okay. And if you're introducing your audience to a new offer, this is definitely where you want to do. You want to go that sales sequence route and introduce them step by step into what you're trying to offer them. All right, so let's see here. Did I do that right? Okay, so I'm gonna exit out of here. Okay, so I do have a brief question for you. Is how do you feel about asking for the sale? Okay, I'm curious to know if that's the hardest thing for you to do, if that's the easy thing, like you love asking for the sale, you can do it in a heartbeat. What is it? How do you like to ask for the sale? Give me some information in the chat box, and I'm going to get in there and start chatting with you. And I'm going to spin this off to Summer. She has one more piece to our profit funnel.
Yes, great. Okay, yeah. So yeah, and I'm going to touch on exactly what you said there about asking for the sale. Our final step there is trying to get that sale if all of what you've done so far hasn't worked out yet. So we're going to go to that final step 7. So let me share my screen here. All right.
Yes, you're all good.
All right, so profit funnel, step 7, asking for the sale. So this is that kind of final hard sales pitch. You've made it through everything else that Caressa has talked about, and it's time to go for it and get that confidence and say, okay, I've provided all this value. It is time now for me to ask for the sale. So when you're asking for the sale, things that you can remember, you can always add more value. So if you're like, ooh, I just don't feel comfortable yet, I'm not quite ready to go all in, okay, then add something else that's valuable. This is something that I do in my free email course that I send out. So I've got this download here. I say download this cheat sheet for free. Okay, it's part of the email course. I'm not offering it other places. You can download it if you're on my email list. It's kind of like, here's another gift to you before I ask you to commit your money and actually make a sale with me. So always feel free to add more value if you're not quite ready to pitch yet. Another thing that I suggest, and I'm sure this kind of goes along with what Caressa was saying too, go ahead and include a few mentions of your paid service or product throughout your profit funnel. So some of those emails that Caressa was talking about sending, we don't want to wait just until the very last email for that hard pitch. Be sure you're mentioning it here or there. Not every single email, not always being focused on that, but throwing it in here saying, hey, if you like this and you want to dive in more, maybe now's the time to invest in this course. Maybe you want to take a harder look at my paid service, my paid product, whatever it is that you're selling. So just thinking about including that mention, and don't just pop it on them at that very last email. Some other things you can do when you're asking for the sale, go ahead and show some testimonials, some results, case studies, proven benefits. Those are the type of things that make people say, yeah, I can see this. I see that it worked for other people. It will probably work for me too then if I can see these actual hard numbers. Address any common questions and hesitations that might come up. I look at 7 of the most popular Pinterest myths. These are things that people might worry about and think, oh, this won't work for my business. So I'm going to go ahead and address those and say, okay, here's some myths maybe you've heard. Maybe here's some of your concerns. Let me address those head on so that you don't have those concerns anymore. And then finally, we got to confidently deliver the pitch. And if you can, add urgency, but make it real urgency. So don't say that, oh, you've only got one more day to buy this and then offer it for another week. That's not real. It needs to be, if it really is, if your cart is closing, or if you only have spots for 2 more people, or you've only got 5 more products left. Tell them that, but be real about it. So just make sure that you're being honest and creating urgency that actually is real and not something you've made up. So that's what you want to do when you're doing finally asking for the sale. And one last thing I want to mention in this profit funnel is your bonus step, remember mobile. Mobile traffic, especially in my industry coming from Pinterest, is huge. Pinterest drives so much mobile traffic, and just think about how much you're on your phone as well. So you want to make sure that your whole profit funnel is optimized for mobile. So make sure your site is mobile friendly. You've got that responsive site design so that it shows up really nicely on your phone or iPad. And double check all your content. Are your fonts large enough? Are the images easy to see? Can you easily click that button to get your freebie or your content upgrade? So you've got to really make sure you're making it easy for these people to say yes to what you're asking them to do. If you're making it hard, they're not going to take the time to do it. So I encourage you to actually go to your phone or your iPad and try going through your whole profit funnel cycle yourself on your phone and make sure that it's easy to do, and then make any changes if needed to correct that. So I'm going to go ahead and I've got one question for you. I'm wondering, this kind of goes along with what Caressa said, so she could pop in here and let us know. She was asking about the sale, but do you currently have a profit funnel in place, and do you feel ready to make one? So maybe you're comfortable asking for the sale, but maybe you don't have that funnel actually in place. So I'd love to know if you've already got one, or do you now have the steps that you feel ready that you could do this? So Caressa, I'll stop sharing here while we look for those answers, and I'll go ahead and let you take back over and kind of give us the full kind of wrap it up for us and let us know everything that we've learned today.
Yes, you guys, I know that I'm sorry for the fast talking.
Yes.
But I know we went over a lot. We're gonna send the replay out, so no worries. You're gonna definitely get all that good stuff. Okay, but we talked about quite a bit, right? So we have our of course our seven steps to our profit funnel. Okay, and they're really simple, you guys. Really very easy to do if you just kind of do the easy stuff, right? If you don't try to do it all at once for everything that you have, you just kind of get straight to the point. Okay, so let's go. Let's see here. I'm not gonna screen share everything. I'm just gonna kind of just go back through exactly what we kind of went through today. Okay, so number one, we figured out social media. Okay, in this particular class, we did Pinterest. So we want to make sure exactly that we're going to Pinterest and giving the most attractive images so that people are clicking through. Okay. And then our second step was to purpose of a blog post. We want to make sure that we're optimizing our blog post as best as we can and giving only one goal per blog post. That way they are very targeted to what we want them to go. And then third one is to optimize it. So place those buttons in the appropriate space, use those mockups, use images, all those things to be sure that we are getting the full potential of our blog post. Or it can be literally a video post, you know what I mean? So it doesn't have to necessarily be a blog post. Step 4 was the freebie. So I gave you ideas for a freebie, and I even gave you ways to offer your freebie, okay? Step 5 is doing what you say. So pretty much delivering on the goods. Okay, so ways to deliver your freebie and how to easily repurpose those to like something that you've already created and make that into something into a freebie. So like I said, that paid course that you have or that paid whatever it is, give that first lesson for free, and that way you can get an idea of what's to come. And then building the relationship. Okay, so we talked about that welcome email sequence. Very simple, straight to the point. It doesn't have to be really elaborate at all, you guys. You're just really trying to keep them there, keep them engaged, hear their feedback, and show them exactly where they can engage with you further. And then, of course, we talked about how to build on the sale even further. So with your sales sequence emails, so asking for the sale as well. You can use that sequence of emails and repurpose those however you want to, but to easily ask for the sale without being pushy, or without sounding like a salesman, at a car dealership. So that definitely gives. The main point of those emails is to give so much value that they have to get your paid content or your paid offer. All right, and then that's pretty much it, you guys. That's like your 7 steps of your profit funnel, plus those extra emails in the sales sequence to beef it up a whole lot and really kind of just take you by the head and run with it.
All right, so awesome. So I want to show you guys what we've been working on kind of behind the scenes for you. So let me go ahead and screen share back to my stuff here. And since you guys took the time to come out today and take a look at this, or if you're watching the replay, that is awesome as well. But we wanted to introduce to you what we've both been working on behind the scenes. We're both kind of launching our courses and programs right now. So we've got our Fantastic Profit Plan and the Spark to Launch bundle. So basically this is designed to give you everything that you need. So it's including an action plan, a built-in community, and accountability to start and build the business that you've always dreamed of. So to get a little bit more into the detail here, Spark to Launch, you've got 4 months of access to the full Spark to Launch course, which is everything you need to start and build your business. You've got a resource hub, you've got a launchers community, expert audio interviews, and all past and present live classes and Q&A sessions. And Caressa will definitely go into that in a little bit more detail in just a minute. Yes. But with Fantastic Profit Plan, you've also got a 31-day course that runs all throughout March. It's designed to teach you step-by-step how to revamp your entire Pinterest strategy into a profitable Pinterest plan that builds your list, gains traffic, and secures paying clients. So let me just tell you a little bit more in detail what's in the Fantastic Profit Plan. So like I said, it is a 31-day course, and lessons are going to come out all throughout the month of March, as you can see on the calendar there, starting on February 29th. However, once they all come out, they will all be up in our course website, and you'll have unlimited access. So if the month of March doesn't work well for you, if it's a busy time, that's okay. You can access the content at any point that you're ready. We have a 24 Slack team community, which is actually opening tomorrow for all of our current class members. So I'm super excited to get involved with everybody in there. We're going to have 5 modules and 14 total lessons delivered in step-by-step content. You'll have a course workbook to guide you through the class and chart your progress. And we're going to have a live Q&A session mid-course that's private just for our course members. And it will be recorded if you can't make it live, but that's going to be to provide lots of individual one-on-one feedback to all of members of the Fantastic Profit Plan. So Caressa, if you'd like to talk a little bit about Spark to Launch there.
Okay, yes, I'm here now. All right, so I think when I speak, it goes to me. Can you like click on your screen at the bottom?
You want me to stop sharing?
Okay, no, you're good. No, wait. You know that how it has our images at the bottom right?
Yes.
Click on your screen and your image, and it should.
Okay, it says I'm screen sharing.
Okay, let's see. Oh, it keeps going back and forth. Maybe if I do. Okay, is that better? Okay, I don't think it's changing now. I think we're good. Okay,
great.
All right, so what's included in Spark to Launch? It's a membership program designed to help you start your business and get it launched. Okay, so we're pretty much going through every single step you possibly can think of to go from that spark of an idea all the way through launching your business. Okay. So we have actionable courses you can walk through the entire business building process from start to launch. Okay. These courses are going to come out week by week. So you can definitely have enough time to implement them. Okay. A Facebook community for new and aspiring launches, and it already has started with, I think we have like 50, 60 maybe of us in there, and they're really engaged and really, really awesome, guys. So I definitely recommend you hopping in there right now. Master trainings from guest experts, and these trainings are so valuable. They're going to pretty much, these experts are going to share their, and they're not anyone super famous, huge, but I hope maybe I can get them like that way. But they are business owners, so they have their business, they make money, they profit, they profit, they are going to pretty much share their expertise on a specific subject that they are experienced in. Okay, so we have people from like SEO to creating your course, to building relationships and how to engage with your audience, to Pinterest, to social media. I mean, all these things, every topic you can probably think of. And then, of course, podcasts that are both inspiring and really just kind of motivate you to keep going. I know a lot of times we need that when we're kind of building our businesses and trying to and trying to manage it all. So these are just there for you to hear other people's journeys and to know that you're not alone. You're not the only one. And their journeys of disabilities, journeys of being a dadpreneur, journeys of having a 9 to 5 and trying to do business at the same time. So definitely a diverse crowd with these interviews and podcasts.
All right, great. So a little bit there about both of us. So I'll go on here and make sure that we can, let's see here. Uh-oh. Chris, am I still screen sharing?
Yeah, you're so good.
Yes, okay, perfect. All right, awesome. All right, so plus we've got bonuses for you guys. We've got lifetime access to my full webinar vault. I've already got 4 webinars in there. I'll include this one that you're watching today, as well as 4 others already in there on Pinterest and conversion strategy. So you've got lifetime access to that and all future webinars that I add in. You've got our friend Amber from the Ultimate Business Book. You've got her ultimate guide to launching products online. So if you're in the online business space, or even you want to just leverage the online business space for your business and create a product that can be sold online, that's going to be a great guide to get you started. And we've got Chris's 5-day content challenge workbook, which is going to help you plan, outline, and map out your content for the next 30 to 90 days. So that's really useful to, really get your blog posts and social media and everything just graphed out and ready to go. Plus, we've got a very special bonus for those who purchased live today. So we'll definitely tell you about that in just a minute. So stay tuned. So just a little more detail on the Pintastic Profit Plan, the details. You've got 5 different modules. Module 1, you've got Pinterest Power Foundations. We're going to get really clear on your brand, what's going to make you stand out, and how you're going to get seen on Pinterest and totally revamp your profile. Module 2, we're going to look at some little tweaks you can make to your website to really optimize it for Pinterest traffic and put those systems in place to make it a no-brainer for those clients to opt in and buy your products or services. Module 3 is the lead generation machine. We're going to set up your email list building funnel that leads your clients from Pinterest to opting in to your lead generation system. Module 4, viral Pinterest creation. We're going to look at what makes a powerful Pinterest pin. We're going to create your own style template and look how we can get those pins really ready to go viral. And module 5, we're going to implement and plan out your complete Pinterest pinning strategy. So your pinning plan for profit designed to get you traffic quickly. And as a bonus, we'll work together to run your first promoted pin with a $5 budget. So that's Pinterest advertising and a great way to get started there. So with Pintastic Profit Plan, you've got the 31-day course, you've got our Slack team, and you've got a full month together with us working through your Pinterest plan. And the course starts on February 29th. So that will be about 1 week from today. And Caressa, we'll go back to you there with a little bit more info on the Spark to Launch.
Yes. So Spark to Launch, of course, like I mentioned earlier, it's a program, membership program, and these are just some ideas right here of some of the coming weeks that we have coming up. So week 1 is all about your business idea, and so we're pretty much, if you don't have a business idea, we're gonna form, we're gonna define it, we're gonna get it down to at least a good couple so you can start building your business, right? And if you have, even if you have an idea and you're just not quite sure, you want to make sure that it's worth it. You can always, of course, change this, down the road as you see fit. But this is the time we're going to really hone into developing your business idea. Okay, and so I skipped a couple weeks in there just to give you some guessing game, but so week 3, for instance, is 3 W's and the H. So it's talking about your who, so your ideal clients, your ideal audience and whatnot, your what. What are you going to what are you going to do? What's your expertise in? Product, service space, those things like that. How are you going to deliver it? So ways to deliver, of course, your information to your audience. And then the why. So the why is your commission statement. Your elevator pitch. All these things we're going to talk about within this week. We're going to really craft it down to a very simple strategy. Week 6 is about branding and design, and it's going to be inspirational for that, just really getting down to your branding and design. And then week 7 is business bootstrap. So that's just give you some ideas of what is to come with Spark to Launch as far as the modules go. And then, of course, I have here our launch calendar for the first month of March, which is going to start March 14th. And the week prior, I'm going to do like Periscopes, and I'm going to do quick Q&As and behind the scenes, so you can exactly see like what's there, what you're going to see when you get in there. And this launch calendar is a good way to kind of gauge you, as well as you're trying to make sure that you're on track with your launch, with your business.
Awesome. So let me go here. And so we've got our full bundle, and we've got the Fantastic Profit Plan and Spark to Launch. So what's this going to cost? You've got everything here, the Fantastic Profit Plan, which is $197 total value. You've got the full course, the Slack team, the live Q&A, the workbook and assignments. And then you've got 4 months of access to Spark to Launch, Carissa's program. So you've got the full course and community. You've got the podcasts and the live classes, and you've got the master trainings. You've got lifetime access to my webinar vault. You've got Amber's The Ultimate Guide to Launching Products Online, and you've got Carissa's 5-day content challenge workbook. So that's the Fantastic Profit Plan and Spark to Launch bundle. You've got the courses, the community, and the bonuses. That's a total value of $731, and today we're offering it for $129. So plus, if you take action in the next 15 minutes, so basically until the end of our webinar today, you also have 2 fast action bonuses that you'll get. So you'll be getting an instant download to the Pin Profit Challenge 14-day, 39-page PDF download. This is my 14-day Pinterest challenge that I just ran about a month ago. It's now all been beautifully formatted into an ebook, so you can reference it and work your way through that and get a jump start on your Pinterest before class even starts. And then you've got Carissa's 5-day content challenge course that's going to take you even further into really planning and outlining and mapping out your content strategy, just really step by step for the next 1 to 3 months. So you're going to have a plan in place to just really take you far there.
And
so,
they also, I want to mention real quickly that they also have video, so you easily can listen to this if you want to, or watch the video to get more ideas and more details about each step of the way. So just want to let you know about that.
Perfect. Love it. Yeah, love video. So remember, you need to purchase in the next 15 minutes if you'd like to get in on those 2 fast action bonuses there that we're offering there. So do this now, guys. Fantastic Profit Plan and Spark to Launch bundle. You've got the courses, the bonuses, the live trainings, and the communities for just $129 today. And, we're not going to offer this bundle again. This is something that we're doing as a special. Thanks to our webinar viewers for coming and watching or watching the replay. And we just really appreciate you guys being with us today. So when you click the button below to purchase, you're going to see a screen like this. It tells you there the bundle and everything you're getting in it. When you click checkout, you'll be taken to either Stripe or PayPal, your choice. So you can use either of those for your payment. And then you'll be getting a PDF delivered directly to your email that gives you information on how to access all of your purchases and your bonuses and how to get access all to that right away. So just to share what some people have been saying about us and working with us for the Fantastic Profit Plan, we've got Jess of Jess Creative. She said, I knew how Pinterest could be, but hadn't set aside time to really invest time into it. Summer helped me optimize my blog and taught me how to Pinterest. So that's somebody that I worked with one-on-one and got some amazing results. She actually got a client from Pinterest shortly after working with her. So super excited about that. Mariah Cause of femtrepreneur.co. I've been working with her for almost 2 months now on her Pinterest. And after just 3 weeks of working with her, they were starting to get these insane stats on their traffic. So they ended up actually having Pinterest as their biggest social media traffic provider for their website after just 3 weeks. And, this is now their big growth strategy moving forward. And she said, you're the person to learn it from. So that's great. That's the type of results I love to see in my clients. And then Kyla Roma of KylaRoma.com, she decided to optimize her Pinterest images just a little differently based on my suggestions from a training I held. And she said in just over 12 hours, she had already had over 80 people opt into her content upgrade directly from her Pinterest pins. So, that shows you definitely the power that Pinterest can have for you. Caressa, if you want to share a little bit about your clients and people you've worked with there.
Yeah, sure. So Gabriella had mentioned how she wanted to do vlogs and how people would tell her not to do them because it's not worth it. It's not just people want to read actual written blog posts. And so after we talked, I talked to her, and I actually did a Periscope about it as well. And she ran back to me and was like, "Listen, I am doing this no matter what anyone says. You really inspired me to get it done, and I'm happy that there's someone I can look to and actually get help from that's doing this kind of same thing." So that was nice and comforting, of course, to hear. And then Kimberly, we worked together, and she says that I created a dynamic plan for her with simple strategies to get up and running as soon as possible. And that's really what Spark to Lunch is all about as well, too, is to really just create those simple strategies, those simple plans, very, direct to the point, and get you running, even from like the mindset stuff and also through like the technical stuff and the how-tos and the setting up, so all that good stuff roll into one. And then Keisha mentioned that she wanted to give me a shout out because I helped her get some blog, helped her define her blog content a little further, and she really opened her eyes and she was really ready to get started and get involved in it a little bit more. And then Catherine, she we talked via email as well, and she's told me that she really wanted to reach herself, get out there and get seen. She's very much so introverted and very shy, so she wanted so I gave her, of course, some good ways and good strategies, pretty much an action plan, a very simplified action plan to kind of get out there and to take it a day at a time, and she did it, and it's getting easier for her, and she's really has made herself very, very visible in her space.
Awesome. Well, I love hearing that feedback from you and all your clients. That's always so fun to see when people are getting results from what you teach.
Oh, yeah.
That's obviously what we're looking for. So just to remind you guys, here's our total bundle package again. You've got Fantastic Profit Plan and Spark to Launch. You've got our Slack teams, our Facebook groups, the webinar vault, our full calendars there, our bonuses, fast action bonuses of the Pin Profit Challenge ebook and the 5-day content challenge book if you take action here. So this is the time if you're ready to purchase. You've got the Fantastic Profit Plan and Spark to Launch bundle to get the courses, bonuses, live chat, and communities for just $129 today. Use the button below. And we are ready to answer any questions that you may have. So we've got a live Q&A starting now. And remember, you are get access to those fast action bonuses are available until the end of our live Q&A. Yes. So I'm going to stop sharing our screen so that we can get back to looking at us, and we can check the chat box there to see if we've got any questions coming in. Let's see.
I was checking a little bit when you were talking.
Awesome.
And I don't think I saw anything that we probably didn't answer already.
Well, we covered a lot.
Yeah.
And I know we answered some questions there as we went through as well. So yeah, if anybody does have any questions, definitely now's the time. Go ahead and throw it in there. We'd be happy to answer. But
I know Wendy did mention earlier that she wanted to know if you mean to highlight the freebie on a Pinterest image through text or through a graphic in the mock-up, and I told her both, and she can do a separate pin for a content upgrade if she wanted to. So of course, like your thoughts on that as well.
Yeah, and that's a great idea. Yeah, and I do both, and you're exactly right, Caressa. How you can do either put an actual mock-up of the image on the pin, or you can just put text that tells, a text overlay that tells what they're getting. So you can do both. You can do a combination of both. You can do one or the other. But yeah, either of those are a great way just to draw attention to that freebie and get them clicking through. And now with Canva and some of those free online programs, it's super easy. You don't have to be a graphic designer to do this kind of thing anymore, which is really nice. I know we both, Canva, I think we both use it a lot, and that's how you can really work your social media and get those graphics out there without the expensive programs, and just kind of bootstrapping it from the beginning. So that is perfect.
Yeah, Canva saved my non-design life for sure.
Yes, absolutely. Well, awesome. Well, if people have questions, they know they can find us on Twitter and Lady Boss League, and then your Caressa Lene, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, Caressa Lene on Twitter as well. And then of course, if you have any more questions, we can definitely answer them via Twitter as well. So we're all good.
Perfect. Well, it sounds pretty good. Thanks so much for everybody for being here today. I really appreciate it and having the opportunity to teach everybody and talk to everyone here today.
Yes, it was definitely fun, and I'm going to send out a replay very soon, so you can go through those slides again and get that funnel down packed, and so you can start implementing this immediately. So, and also, if you've taken some notes or you want to share this with anybody, just share your notes and stuff on Twitter so we can see you, shout you out, and retweet, and just really get engaged with you there. Okay.
Awesome. Well, sounds good, Caressa. Thanks.
All right, you guys have a good day.